going to talk about lyocell fiber. Okay, lyocell. So lyocell, see, please look at the slide. Lyocell, lyo, the word it is from the Greek. Then lyonin, it is called, it is dissolving. Okay, cell from cellulose. So the basic raw material is cellulose. So that is the reason why we are calling it as it is a lyocell. Lyocell means a part or the raw material which we are taking from natural cellulose. Okay, but if you look at, this is a man-made cellulosic fiber. Okay, similar to your cellulose acetate rayon. How cellulose acetate rayon has been manufactured? The basic, you have taken cotton linters or the wood pulp, but we have chemically modified and we have produced the cellulose acetate rayon. Here also we are taking the raw material from the nature. Okay, then we are chemically modifying it and we are producing this fiber. So that fiber is called a lyocell fiber. It is a man-made cellulosic fiber. It is produced by regenerating cellulose into fiber form out of a solution. Here you are using solvent spinning technology of cellulose in an organic solvent. So you have to use organic solvent for the dissolution of your cellulose. So how you have to produce this organic solvent? It is a mixture of organic chemicals and water. So what is the composition of your organic solvent? It is a mixture of organic chemicals and water. So solvent spinning means first you have to dissolve and then you have to spinning without the formation of derivative. Okay. So if you look at the slide, Lenzing is a name of a chemical, name of the company which is producing lyocell fiber. Okay, Lenzing is the name of a company which is producing lyocell fiber. So this fiber is produced from the year 2013. So this is the only one company which is producing lyocell fiber from 2013 onwards. It is a major producer of your lyocell fiber. The trade name of your lyocell fiber is Tencel. Tencel is a brand name of your lyocell fiber. Lyocell is a form of rayon. Lyocell is a form of rayon which consists of cellulose fiber made from dissoluting wood pulp. So you have to bleach the wood pulp. Then finally you are producing the fiber using dry jet wet spinning technology. Okay, so this is a new technology. So already we might be discussed the dry spinning technology, the wet spinning technology and the melt spinning technology. But this fiber is produced under dry jet wet spinning technology. Okay. So I will discuss what do you mean by dry jet wet spinning technology in the forthcoming slides. Please look at the slide. So the basic raw material I told you at the beginning, cellulose. Cellulose is the basic raw material. It is the most abundant natural resource on earth. Yes, everybody knows cellulose is abundantly available on the earth. So this cellulose is obtained from wood pulp. So wood pulp in the sense where you are collecting trees like eucalyptus, bamboo and pine trees. So these are all the trees used for the production of wood pulp. But when you look at the which tree is the most preferably used for the production of this lyocell fiber, or you can call it as it is a Tencel fiber. The eucalyptus tree is the primarily used to produce the Tencel fiber. So which tree is used? Eucalyptus tree. is primarily used to produce the tensile fiber. Okay. Now coming to the solvent. So here you have to use some see here you have to use some peculiar solvent for the dissolution of your cellulose. So what type of peculiar solvent? If you look at the slide, then you will come to know NMMO. What do you mean by NMMO? It is N-methyl morophenylene and hydrogen peroxide. So what is the name? It is the name is N-methyl morophenylene oxide. Okay. NMMO means N-methyl morophenylene oxide. So this is the solvent you have to use for the dissolution of your cellulose. Okay. So how this solvent is produced? The solvent is produced by mixing N-methyl morophenylene and hydrogen peroxide. So by mixing these two chemicals, you are obtaining this NMMO. It is cyclic amine oxide. NMMO is a cyclic amine oxide. Okay, so that is the abbreviation called N-methyl morophenylene oxide. It is having the capacity to dissolve cellulose in large manner. So you are adding tons and tons of cellulose wood pulp. So this solvent having the capability to dissolve the cellulose. Okay. NMMO exists in several degrees of hydration. At room temperature, it is crystalline in nature, that is crystalline monohydrate. This solvent melts at 72 degrees Celsius. So when you heat it at 100 degrees Celsius, this monohydrate NMO is able to dissolve readily several percentage of high molecular weight cellulose. Okay, so this cellulose, if you put high molecular weight cellulose also, this solvent is capable to dissolve the high percentage of high molecular weight cellulose. So that is the reason why we have selected this particular solvent for the dissolution of cellulose. Cellulose dissolution in NMMO is found, it depends upon the temperature of the solution, the water content in the mixer, and the concentration and the degree of the polymerization of the cellulose. So the dissolution, it depends upon the four major factors. One is the temperature of the solution, which you have maintained during the dissolution process. The second parameter is water content in the mixer. The third one is concentration. The fourth one is the degree of polymerization of the cellulose. Suppose if you take cotton linter, what will be the degree of polymerization of your cellulose present in your cotton linter? That is 5000. Suppose if you take viscose rayon, what will be the degree of polymerization? The degree of polymerization of your viscose is 300 only. So it depends again the degree of polymerization of the cellulose. So these are all the four factors which will influencing your dissolution process. Okay. So now let us see the manufacturing of your lyocell fiber. So how to manufacture? First of all, you have to prepare the wood pulp. So hard trees are harvested and logs are taken to mill. Okay, first you have to hard wood trees you are harvesting from the agriculture plant. Then the logs are taken into mill. Then wood is cut into small chips and fed into a chemical digester which removes lignin and soften them into wet wood pulp. So what is the function of chemical digester? The chemical digester which will remove the lignin. It is an impurity present in your wood pulp. Then not only it removes the impurity, it again soften the wood pulp. Okay, so finally you are getting a wet wood pulp. Then the wood pulp is then washed with water. Then it has to be bleached because the natural color also it may contain. The color of the wood pulp is maybe either brown in color or light gray in color. So we have to remove the natural color. So the purpose of bleaching is it has to remove the color present in your material. Then after that it has to be dried. So finally you are getting sheets of wood pulp similar to your viscose rayon. For the production of viscose rayon, what we have prepared? We have prepared the sheets of cellulose wood pulp. Similarly here also. Then it has to be rolled onto your pools. See, hard wood logs are chipped. Then it is square about size. Okay, you have to chip form, you have to make it. Then the chips are digested chemically. Then it will remove the lignin present in your material. It is a impurity. Then not only it will remove the impurity, then it has to soften the material. Okay, so finally the wood pulps or the wood pulp sheets are bleached in order to remove the natural color present in the wood pulp. So now coming to the dissolution process. So spools of cellulose are unrolled and broken into 1 square inches. So what we are doing? Again we are converting into very small pieces, that is broken into 1 square inches. Then it is then loaded into a heated pressurized vessel where we are feeding into a heated pressurized vessel. What the pressurized vessel containing? The pressurized vessel containing the solvent. Already we might be discussed in the second slide about the solvent, that is NMMO. Okay, N-methyl morophenylene oxide. So that is a solvent we are using for the dissolution purpose. Why we are using this NMMO? That I already discussed in the second slide. So cellulose dissolved into a clear solution. So while mixing with this, see here if you look at the flow chart, you will come to know. So the wood pulp you are mixing with NMO, then finally you are maintaining a temperature. So what will happen? This solvent will completely dissolve the cellulose pulp. Then you have to filter it. Then you have to pass the solution into the spinneret. Okay, once the filament is coming out, then you have to do the stretching process. So what is the purpose of stretching? In order to improve the orientation, in order to improve the crystallization present in your fiber. Okay, then you have to wash the filament using water. Then you have to dry it. Again, if you want to cut it into a stable fiber, you can cut it or you can wind it directly onto a bobbin. Okay, so then it is dried continuously. The sheets are dried, then rolled onto your pools. Then finally again this rolled sheets are cut into a very small pieces, that is 1 square inches. Okay, the roll of cellulose weight is it comes around 500 pounds. It is around 227 kg. Okay, so the waste liquor may be reworked to produce tall oil used to make alkaline resins. After the dissolution process, what we have to do? So we have to filter it. So why we have to filter it? Because some undissolved particles or some impurities may be present in the solution. It will block your spinneret holes. While spinning, what will happen? These impurities or undissolved matter, it will block the minute holes present in your spinneret. So that is the reason why we are filtering it. Okay. So the cellulose dissolved in a clear solution, it is then pumped out and then filtered. Then after the filtration process, the solution is coming to the spinning bath. The dissolved cellulose solution is forced through the spinneret. Okay. Then a long strand of fiber is coming out from the spinneret. So these fibers are then dissolved in a dilute amine oxide solution. So once the filament is coming out from the spinneret, if you look at the dissolution, what is the solvent? See, amine oxide solution. Okay. Then later it is then washed with water. So once the filament is coming out from the spinneret, so you have to do the stretching process. So what is the purpose of stretching? Or you can call it as drawing. So it will improve the orientation, it will improve the crystallinity present in your fiber. So ultimately it will increase your tenacity or the tensile strength of your fiber, because all are interrelated. So as soon as if you increase the stretch ratio or draw ratio, you are ultimately you are increasing the crystallinity present in your fiber. So as soon as the crystallinity increases, your orientation increases. Once the orientation increases, your tensile strength and the tenacity of your fiber get increased. Okay. So all are interrelated. All are having correlation. So please make a note of it. Then coming to the drying and finishing process. So once the filament is coming out from the spin bath, the fiber is passed through the drying area. So in the drying area, the water is evaporated and the lubricant is applied, which may be a soap or silicone or other agent. So please make a note of it. Once the water is getting evaporated, you have to apply the lubricant. What type of lubricant you have to apply it on your filament? Either soap or silicone or other agent. Okay. So coming to the another one important topic. See, we have used the solvent NMO, isn't it? So the cost of the solvent is little bit very high. So don't just let out the solvent. Don't let out the solvent as such. So what you have to do? So you have to recover the solvent and you have to reuse it for the again the spinning dissolution process. Okay, because the cost of the solvent is too costly. So that is the reason why you have to keep the solvent recovery plant. So after the spinning process, what plant you have to keep? So you have to keep the solvent recovery plant. So the reason is the cost of the solvent is too high. So you have to recover the solvent and reuse it for the dissolution purpose. So after the spinning and drying process, dilute solution is taken, passed through the evaporator where water is removed, and amine oxide solvent it is fed to the dissolution process. So this is the entire flow chart, okay, for the manufacturing of your lyocell fiber. See, wood pulp you are taking, then you are mixing, then you are dissolving. So after the dissolving, then filtering, then spinning, you are producing fiber, then washing, again drying, then finally you are getting a lyocell fiber, or you can call it as a tensile fiber. The brand name of your lyocell is Tensile. So then here you can dilute with amide oxide, then purify it, then water evaporator. Again you have to use amide oxide for the recovery of the solvent. The same solvent you can use it for the dissolution purpose. Okay. So please look at the slide. This is the entire flow process chart of your lyocell process. The cellulose pulp, NMMO. This is the solvent you are using for the dissolution. Here filtering. So after the filtration, the solution is passed through the spinning bath. After the filament is coming out, the filament is washed, then you can dry it. Okay, then wastewater is collected. Finally you are getting fiber. Here you are the recovery of solvent. Solvent recovery is also one most important step because the cost of the solvent is very high. So you can recover the solvent, then you can reuse it for the dissolution purpose. So now let us discuss the properties of the lyocell fiber. So if you look at the properties, the fiber is too soft and it has good tensile strength and it has good absorbent property. Absorbency means it will absorb the water readily. As soon as if it absorbs the water readily, what it indicates, it has good moisture content. So please make a note of it. Then fibrillated during the wet process to produce special textures. It has high wet strength as well as dry strength. It is stronger than your cotton and wool fiber. So when you compare the tensile strength of your lyocell and cotton and wool, what is the comparison? This lyocell fiber is having good tensile strength when compared to cotton and wool. So it is stronger than cotton and wool fiber. It has good wrinkle resistance property. So this fiber doesn't undergo any sort of crease. Okay, this fiber doesn't undergo any sort of crease. So it has good wrinkle resistance. Even if you get into any of the shop, you can ask, sir, wrinkle free dresses are available, wrinkle free pant material is available. So what do you mean by wrinkle free? It won't undergo any sort of crease formation. No need to iron those type of materials. Just after the usage, you can wash it, dry it, then you can use it. No need to undergo ironing process. So that type is called wrinkle resistant or wrinkle free materials. So next time when you purchase any dress materials, you can ask the shopper, sir, any sort of wrinkle free pant or wrinkle free dresses are available. Yes, it is readily available in the market. What it means? The dress material does not undergo any sort of crease. So you can wear it, then you can wash it, dry it, no need to iron, again you can use it. Okay, then this fabric is having versatile. It has dyeable. Okay, so it can be handled easily, washable. If you look at the fiber, it simulates like silk. Then if you touch the fabric, it looks like a leather touch. Okay, so these are all some of the peculiar properties of your lyocell fiber. Good drapability. Drapability in the sense ability to bend easily. What do you mean by drapability? Ability to bend easily. Then this fiber is biodegradable fiber. So you can produce fine yarn counts. Fine yarn counts means the thickness of your yarn. You can produce 60s count or 100s count. Okay. So these are all the properties of your lyocell fiber. It has good soft, it has good tensile strength, it is easily washable, it has good wrinkle resistance, it is a biodegradable. So please make a note of it. Even though this fiber is produced under dry jet wet spinning technology, but this fiber is having a biodegradable property. Then it simulates like your silk fiber. So when you touch it, it looks like a leather touch. So when you're coming into the comfort properties, so it is soft in nature and smooth in nature. So it is ideal to be used for apparel purpose because it is eco-friendly. It has good thermal retention. If you look at the thermal retention is poor. So when you iron this type of material, please take care. So thermal retention is poor. Then appearance retention. Yes, this fiber is having good wrinkle resistance. I told you in the last slide, this fabric doesn't undergo any sort of crease. Crease means in Tamil kasangaradu. In the fabric on the kasangad. Okay, so this fiber is having good crease recovery. Then if you look at the strings, but does not progressively. So this fiber does not undergo shrinkage. Okay. But few problems like pilling. Pilling means it doesn't a small ball-like structure formation on the surface of the fabric while using. What do you mean by pilling or fuzziness? It is a ball-like, very minute ball-like structure formation on the surface of your fabric. So this is the problem when you are using as a dress material. So what type of care you have to take? What type of care? Gentle washing machine you have to use. That is gentle wash. Don't use so much of detergent. Then similarly, don't keep so much of temperature during washing. So you have to take care. Okay, during the washing of apparels. It is very sensitive to acids. So don't use any sort of acids. Then resistant to mild alkali. It has good resistance to mild alkalis. So mild alkalis means examples are sodium carbonate. Okay. So when you treat it with sodium carbonate, it doesn't undergo any sort of degradation. But if you use strong alkali like sodium hydroxide, then you have to take care. Then it is sensitive to mildew and some insects. So when you store it for a period of time, what will happen? Some insects will attack your fabric. So you have to take care. Then it has good high dye affinity. So most of the dyes it will absorb by your fiber. So that is the term I have used, the dye affinity. Dye affinity means it will attract or it will absorb by your fiber. Okay. So bleaching is not necessary because we have done already during the preparation of wood pulp itself, the bleaching has been done. So no need to bleach. So if you look at this slide, so this is the characteristics of your lyocell fiber. So this fiber is having disposable in nature because it is having good biodegradability. So you can dispose it to the environment. It won't cause any sort of pollution to the environment. Okay. So if you look at the strength is the tensile strength of your lyocell fiber is stronger than your cotton and as well as your wool fiber. Okay, so even it has good tensile strength when compared to your polyester fiber. So if you look at the fibrillation, the ability of the fibers to spill to give some micro fine surface hairs can be manufactured to suit different needs. Then if you look at the absorbency, yes, lyocell is easy care. It will absorb the dyes readily because the wicking property is very good in case of lyocell fiber. Wickability is very good. So it is breathable. So it will absorb the water readily as well as it will absorb the dyes readily. Okay. So you can, when you try to blend it, yes, it has good blendability. Even you can blend it with cotton, you can blend it with viscose. So it is, that is the reason why it is called as versatile fiber. So which can use it or blend it with other fibers. So please look at the physical structure of your lyocell fiber. This is the cross-sectional view. This is the longitudinal view. Okay, so if you look at the cross-sectional view, what will be the cross-sectional shape? It is more rounded in cross-section. Okay, so if you look at the cross-section, what it indicates? It indicates more or less round in cross-section. So if you look at the longitudinal view, so smoother longitudinal appearance than rayon. But rayon fibers are having serrations. But this fiber doesn't have any serrations. Okay. So if you look at the smoother longitudinal appearance. Okay. So this is the physical structure of your lyocell fiber. So these are all some of the comfort properties, more absorbency than cotton. Then care to be taken while laundering and dry cleaning, even ironing. Okay, these are all I have discussed in the previous slides. So care to be taken while washing or laundering or dry cleaning or ironing process. Similarly, this fiber is having a little bit poor resistance towards abrasion. So it forms pilling. It forms pilling. Pilling in the sense a minute ball formation on the surface of your fabric. So now look at the end uses, that is application of your lyocell fiber, where this fiber is used. So this fiber is used in a business wear, professional business wear, that is apparel. Then casual wear, hosiery. Then it is used in upholstery fabrics. Upholstery means in the furnishing fabrics. Then filters. So these fabrics can be used as a filter. Then this fabric is used in printers. Printers in the sense printer blankets. Then this fabric is used for the manufacturing of specialty papers. Then this fiber is used as a medical dressings. Even you can prepare bandages out of this lyocell fiber. Medical dressing in the sense wound dressings. Or you can prepare bandages out of this lyocell fiber. Then this fiber is used as a conveyor belt. So why this fiber is used as a conveyor belt? Because it has good strength and softness. So because of these two reasons, so you can produce conveyor belt out of your lyocell fiber. Okay. So the brand name of your lyocell fiber is Tencel. So these are all the applications of your Tencel fiber. So please look at the slide. This is an overall comparison of your all the rayons. So first viscose rayon, use sodium hydroxide plus carbon disulfide to dissolve cellulose. Then coming to the modified viscose rayon, here you have used some other agent for the dissolution. Then coming to the cuprammonium rayon, here you have used copper oxide for the dissolution purpose. Then coming to the acetate rayon and triacetate rayon, here the hydroxyl groups are replaced by your acetyl group by means of the acetylation process. But last we have discussed the lyocell fiber. Here amine oxide with water, it is used as an organic solvent. That is NMMO. Okay. So this is an overall comparison of all your rayon fibers. So this fiber actually 1990. So this lyocell fiber has been introduced by the Lenzing company. Lenzing is a name of the company which start producing the lyocell fiber. It is an eco-friendly fiber. Okay. So already we were discussed about this physical structure. It is round in cross sectional and smoother in longitudinal appearance than rayon. So if you look at the aesthetic properties, it has good luster, then it has smaller in diameter and length, it is continuous in length. Okay. So it has good opacity and it has good absorbency. So these are all some of the peculiar aesthetic properties of your lyocell fiber. Then coming to the durability, it performs more or like similar to your cotton than rayon. It has good tensile strength, then unique combination, soft and good durability, and produces comfortable and long lasting apparels. Okay, so these are all some of the special property with respect to the durability. Then comfortness, yes, this already we discussed. Thermal retention is poor, but the other properties are having good, soft and smooth. But few static electricity generation in case of lyocell fiber. But it should not be actually this fiber, it should not form any static electricity. Once it start formation of static electricity, then the yarn formation is very difficult during the spinning process, similar to the garment making process. Okay. So you have to recover 99.5% of the solvent which you have used during the production of your lyocell fiber, because the solvent, the cost of the solvent is too cost. So that is the reason why you have to recover the solvent. So which tree is used? Mostly the eucalyptus tree is used. Okay.